Hello, hello, Ashley here. I am so excited to hop in and go live today. If you're here live, let me know in the comments. And if you're watching the replay, go ahead and just put a note in the comments. Today, we are doing another feature of my Client Hub, doing a little spotlight, doing a little shout out. And what we are going to be showing is the automated application workflow that we have in my Airtable Client Hub. So if we haven't met before, hi, my name is Ashley, and I am an Airtable and automation expert. And I mostly work with coaches. So coaches in the online coaching industry through every different type of niche: pickleball instructors, sex coaches, business coaches, weight loss coaches, anyone that is coaching clients in any capacity. I help them use Airtable to manage their client experience and track their client results. So it's so important to track your client results. So important to have a centralized source of truth where everything is organized. Airtable is absolutely the only place to be doing this. So not Notion, not ClickUp, not Kajabi, not Kartra, not any like all-in-one solution. For sure, not a spreadsheet. Okay, no spreadsheets. I am a automations and systems expert, and I have not used a spreadsheet in my business for the last like 4 years. And Airtable really does so much amazing things for me and my business. And I am using these YouTube lives to showcase and promo our client hub. So you can totally glean some of the things that I'm going to walk through today. You can if you have an Airtable base, you can pull it up. You can try to build it your own. But I have been working with clients and coaches for the last like 4 or 5 years, and I have perfected a client hub that you can just buy the template and get it right. Get it right into your inbox and set it up yourself, all those things. So I just wanted to share. There'll be a link in the description below. So if you're liking what's happening in this series, go ahead and grab the Client Hub. With our Client Hub, everything about your clients is organized in one central spot and nothing slips through the cracks. You'll be able to see my fancy sales page later, but there is truly no better option for organizing your clients than Airtable. And you can get started on the free plan. So the things I'm going to show you today are going to be also on the free plan of Airtable. So with our Airtable Client Hub, the reason why I recommend and I start my YouTube lives talking about this is because I don't want you just to set up a solo like application by itself. There's so many moving pieces of your client journey that you really need like a holistic place where everything lives. So with our Airtable Client Hub, you set up an automated onboarding experience to make sure every client has a seamless experience, one-click client profiles. I'm going to show you what the back end of Airtable looks like and what our Client Hub looks like. A client tracking result system to prove that your coaching works, automated offboarding and resigns, and then automated one-on-one call follow-ups. If you have group calls, making a searchable and scalable group call goldmine, automated support tickets, feedback reviews. There is so much that Airtable can help you really elevate your coaching offer with. But today, we are specifically in this video going to be talking about your automated applications. So capturing new leads and reviewing their applications in one click. So with the Client Hub, and I'll walk you through the back end of it, you set up automated emails to like auto accept or reject people based on their application's answers, and create a review process that makes reviewing applications super simple, super easy, and super streamlined. So with that, I will show you what the back end of our Airtable base looks like. So this is Airtable. If you've never seen it before, it might look like a little bit like a spreadsheet, but I promise you it's so much more powerful. What we have is that every student is going to have what we call a primary client record. So you have everything related to your clients is linked in this one central spot, and you can do cool things like create interfaces with it. So you'll see here, this is just an example of a client profile where you can see the client's name, email status, their onboarding responses, any client notes that you've taken, group call attendance, group call questions, one-on-one calls, results tracking. Again, all of this is centralized in one spot in Airtable. But for a lot of us, before people even get to this phase, we have an application form. Now, I think that applications were way more popular for masterminds maybe like a couple years ago. Now I've seen applications drop off a lot for group programs, and I personally like that. If you don't have to have a barrier, you don't need a barrier. But for a lot of us, if you have one-on-one clients or one-on-one coaching, then you do have an application, or maybe your mastermind does have applications. Airtable absolutely can and should be the place where you house those, because it's easy, super easy to review the applications and do some really fun stuff. So I'm just going to walk you through what's possible when it comes to client coaching applications in Airtable. So first up, Airtable has forms. Never use a Google form again. If you've been watching my videos, please, Google forms are like a dirty word in this house. Like, we do not use them. Airtable makes it super easy to create forms inside of Airtable. So you have your application, And we totally like, we put this application, you can embed it right into your contact form or on your one-on-one coaching or your mastermind, like your sales page. You embed this form and you ask relevant questions, right? So we have this like about you, about your business, about the mastermind. And we really want to make sure that I'm an Airtable strategist, but I'm also like a high level kind of systems and experience, client experience as well. So we want to make sure that your application form is robust enough that you're getting the answers to the questions that you need, but not super robust that it makes people not want to fill it out and not want to like work with you, or you're like not getting all of those clients that you could come through. So this is very straightforward. You're going to see like, oh, Ashley, like I already do this in Google form or in type form. Why would I need to do this in Airtable? I'm going to show you all the cool things that we can do with it when it's all inside of Airtable. So you've got your applications. And then all of your applications are going to go into the back end of your Airtable base, your table called applications. So all of your applications live here. So pretty standard, looks like a Google sheet, but again, there's so much that we get to do inside of Airtable. Airtable has automations. And specifically, my Client Hub already has all of these automations built in, which is amazing. So what we get to do is set up these automations that says when an application is received, we get to send the client an email letting them know that we got the application. But what's cool about Airtable is they have this thing called conditional groups. And what that means is we can like filter people's applications depending on what's relevant. So I've set up this condition to say if their revenue is less than $50,000, I'm going to send them a rejection email. And it comes right through your Gmail account. And you can say, hey, thanks so much for your interest in working with us. We appreciate the time. However, you said that you don't make more than $50,000. So we're going to have to reject you. Here are some free resources. Don't get discouraged, all of that stuff. So it will automatically see that it needs to reject the client. It's going to reject them and it's going to update their status on your behalf as rejected. So if you have conditions where you can auto accept or auto reject people, Airtable makes it so easy, and my Client Hub makes it so easy for you to just pick what those conditions are, make those tweaks, and get things going. So this is what the back end looks like for some of y'all that are like nerdy and want to see the back end. This is what the automation looks like. So when a record is created, how much was your revenue? If it's less than 50,000, send them this rejection. If it's greater or equal to 50,000 and the answer ready to invest is yes, then send them an email that says you're invited to take the next step. Otherwise, if maybe there's some other things, you can just send a general applications thing that says we're going to review your application and update the status to review. So that's what's going on the back end. But you don't need to know what's happening on the back end. You just have to make those tweaks once, flip them on, and then you can go to your applications interface and you can see all the applications that you need to review. So let me change the status real quick. Let's say like this one is these two are to review. This is an interface. So these are new to Airtable. If you haven't been using Airtable for a while, you might not like know these exist, but interfaces are a really cool way to review your Airtable data. So you can look at this person's application, make any internal notes, and then you can say to reject or to accept. And then when you select that, you say to reject. It's going to auto kick them back a rejection email, or if you say to accept, it'll auto send them an acceptance email. However you want to customize this as you see fit. I hope you can start to see, because everybody's coaching offers are different, right? Maybe you say to accept to the mastermind or to accept to the group program. Like all of those different use cases that you're maybe spending like so much time accepting people, crafting these custom welcome emails, these custom accepting emails, can be automated through Airtable. So you would have this review dashboard. And again, this is where like you can't do this stuff with Typeform. You can't really do this as easily in Google Forms. So that's really cool. So those are your applications. And then, of course, we've got application stats, which are super interesting as you start to continue to grow your offers. This also works if you just have general like leads. So if you're like leads to done for you work, this also works. So we can say there's been 8 applications total. The conversion rate of accepted applicants to clients. So if I accept them, how many of those people are actually becoming a client? We can track that. And then we can also track things like what's the shortest day between application and join date, what's the longest days between their application and join date, and what's the average time. We can also see, because all of the data lives in Airtable, we can create these interfaces. Again, this is already exists in the Client Hub that I have, so you would just have to flip this on. But we built this inside of Airtable, so you can see like how many people am I rejecting versus accepting, and all of those things. So really cool data that you can see when it comes to applications, because if you are doing applications, if you are putting that barrier on your work, it's important to understand like what types of leads am I getting? Is it the right fit? All of those things. I wanted to show too, let me just pull up, because I know, because Airtable is my love language. I'm in this thing every day. I've been in this thing every day for the last like 5 years. I know how these things are created, and I know some of you might be curious because we're on YouTube of like how you get this, which looks fantastic. Okay, great. So what we're doing is in our applications table. Ah, beautiful. I'm so smart. Let me pull up these just so you can see it, because some of you are nosy. Start date. Okay, cool. So what happens when somebody joins the program, or somebody joins your coaching offer, their application is already inside of Airtable. But then what happens is that when they join, they get a client record in the primary client record. So Ashley applied, but then Ashley just joined. And so Airtable does these fun little automations where it's going to go look up Ashley One Test's application and her email and her primary client record, and it's going to link them together. And then we can see, okay, cool. Ashley for test. Let's see, submitted date. She applied on October 18th, 2023. She joined September 1st, 2024. So I want to know the days between the application and join date. So that's how we're able to get some of those numbers. This is a date time difference formula field, but counting the difference between the start date and the submitted date of the application and the days between. So this is the type of stuff, like any type of question that you have about your offers, about your applications, about anything about your clients, can really just be answered because all of the data lives in one central spot. So that is like, I love it. It makes reviewing your application so easy. It makes getting applications to people, like getting the right steps to the right people, easy. But then it also makes like those high level strategic decisions a lot easier to look at and analyze as well. So that is applications. Truly, like we're talking one click. You just got to set up a couple of these automations. And once you flip them on, if you have those auto accept and auto reject, you're getting through a lot less volume. And those ones that you are reviewing manually, very easy to review and very easy just to say, I want to reject this, I want to accept it, and it'll send those next steps. Other automations that you can do is you can say, hey, I accepted you, but I don't see that you're a student yet. So 10 days, 3 days, whatever, you can totally customize this. If you've accepted them and they haven't, you haven't seen them come through as a client, Airtable can automatically send reminders to say, hey, we accepted you into the mastermind. Like, what's going on? Are you still planning on joining? All of that. Airtable makes it so easy to do that. And it takes you as someone who is like getting buried in somebody's inbox to the top of their inbox. And they're like, oh, yep, I totally forgot to join. Let me go join that right now. So all of those types of things Airtable really helps with, and specifically my Client Hub helps with. So if you are interested in this, I really believe that our Client Hub is the new industry standard. Your clients feel the difference when you use our Airtable Client Hub, even your applicants before they even get into the program. They feel seen, taken care of, and are blown away by the advanced coaching support features and tracking systems inside of your offer. So there is, like I said, there's a link for this below to join. I really recommend grabbing the template, but not only grabbing the template, also getting our 3-month support pass, because if you have an offer that has applications, there's probably going to be some nuances. There's probably like some just like things you want to ask, and you can set up your hub much faster and you can customize with confidence when you get the support pass with your template, because there is so much that this thing can do for you, and your business is so unique. So you'll have trainings on how to set this up. People are setting it up like within a sitting. It's super straightforward to do. But we always recommend getting our support pass, because beginners can ask us the basics and experts can ask us how to customize it and take it to the next level. So highly recommend getting that. You'll have access to an asynchronous support ticketing system where you can literally just like ask us any high level strategy questions, any Airtable tech questions, anything like that. So that is what we've got for applications. If you have any questions, about managing applications for your group programs or your one-on-one offers, please go ahead and comment below, or you can also DM me on Instagram. I'm at Systems Over Stress, and we hope to see you use the Client Hub template soon.